Another fantastic edition of Xperience Sessions right here on IndigoMusic.com. I'm Rohit, and joining me right now is Derek, who is an independent artist. Derek, welcome to IndigoMusic.com.
Thanks for having me, Rohit.
Derek, Friday, a very big day for you. You're launching your brand new album. And let's talk about the album in a bit. But when did music happen to you? When did, it hit you that, I got to do something in music?
So when I was in 11th and 12th, I had just joined a band and we just started playing a few shows, and it was something which I used to just do as a hobby. And that's what it was. It was always a hobby. But but during my engineering days, I got more into it. I got more into music production. And that's when I think during the second and third year of my college, I really got deep into it, and I knew that engineering was not my thing. So after I graduated, I had a job, but then after being in that job for 7 months, I was like, I can't do this anymore because the music just pulled me too much. So I had to leave, and then I started this band called Derek and the Cats and recorded this album, which I'm excited to release on Friday.
Absolutely. And when you just said, engineering is not my thing, I definitely directly connected with you because I'm myself, I'm a mechanical engineer, and it was not my cup of tea. Derek, let's talk about your music. What kind of music, what kind of genre is your music?
So I get very scared when someone asks me the genre, because I would always say we're a funk jazz instrumental band, but
Right.
then jazz lovers feel that it's not jazz enough, and rock lovers feel it's too much jazz.
Right.
So I'm not sure. I don't want to give it any labels. If you should just listen, I think the way I would classify it as is groovy music.
Right.
It's something you can groove to. It's something you can dance to.
Right.
And I think that's the only label I can put to it. I don't want to put any more labels to it than that.
Fantastic. And let's talk about your band members. How many of you are there, and what's each person's role?
So we are totally an 8-piece band. So Derek play the keys, I play the piano, and I have another keyboard player called Anand Murli. He's like my keyboard brother. So we have 2 keyboard parts. We always split it between the 2 of us.
Right.
Followed by Adesh Vinod, who plays guitar. Jason Sharath, who plays drums. He plays drums for quite a few acts actually in Bangalore, even for acts like Ranjan Clifford. He's
Right.
the drummer of that act too. Then we have Vishal Warrior on bass. Swami on percussion. He takes care of everything percussion related, like congas, bongos,
Right.
and stuff. And then we have Sweden Hartman on saxophone and Alston Gomes on trumpet.
Oh, fantastic.
So-
Sweden is, I've had a chat with Sweden. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Now, Derek, also, Derek, I get, and the Cats. Where did this inspiration for this band name come up from?
So it was all my written music, and I had not thought too much about the name of the band. So I just recorded the music and everything was ready, but I felt like this music was not just about me, because the songs sounded very different once 8 people got in and collaborated. So I couldn't release it under Derek Matthias because that didn't feel right.
Right.
And I don't know if you've heard of the band Derek and the Dominoes. There's
Yeah.
this act with Eric Clapton. So I was like, it has to be Derek and something. And I think in the jazz world, they call a very good musician a jazz cat or a hip cat.
Yeah.
They're classified as cats, like musicians. So I was just like, okay, Derek and the Cats, that's got a good ring to it. And I didn't think too much about it. I was just like, okay, you call cats musicians, so Derek and the Cats.
Right. And speaking about your favorite music, who's your art? The inspiration, your favorite artist?
I think it's for people who listen to this band, it's very obvious. I think my biggest inspiration and band's almost biggest inspiration is this band called Snarky Puppy.
Okay.
So they also make these 7-8 minute big band songs. And Snarky Puppy is a huge influence. I think people who listen to Snarky Puppy can hear it in the music, the influences. Also, Snarky Puppy, Jacob Collier is a huge influence. There are other influences too, but when you hear Derek and the Cats, it's mainly a very Snarky Puppy oriented. Wolfpack is another artist I would. So all these come under funk, jazz, groove.
Right.
Like groove-based music. So yeah, Wolfpack, Snarky Puppy, that's the area we're going.
Fantastic. And Friday is a big day. You're launching your brand new album, and it's you've named the album with your band name itself, Derek and the Cats. What can people expect from A, your performance at Fandom, and B, from your music, your album? What can people expect?
So from the show itself, I myself have not seen an independent act, a 9-piece or 8 to 9-piece independent act, for obvious reasons, because like it takes time to arrange things like this, and there are budget issues. But whatever said and done, like I wanted to have a big scale act on an independent level for my own sake. So I feel like people should come simply because they haven't experienced a big band music on that scale ever. It's always, when you go for a show, it's a 4-piece act and it's always rock music.
Right.
But this is not just that. This is an entire experience. And when you hear saxophone, trumpets, congas, drums live, it's a whole other experience. The music literally flows through you. And we're also doing covers like September by band Earth, Wind and Fire. So to experience those kind of disco party songs, but with an entire band, with an actual band, is a is a different experience which I want people to experience.
Fantastic.
Secondly, with the album, I feel our album is 34 minutes long.
Okay.
And I've made it in a way where people can hear it in like straight 34 minutes. So like it's just it's a listening experience. It's a journey, the way it starts, the way it flows, and it's completely instrumental, which I've always got a lot of backlash for, because you need a vocalist, but I wanted a musical journey to be created. So that's what I would expect people to hear and feel, that entire musical journey from start to end of the album.
Of course, and you have 4 songs on your album: the Heist, Judas, Soul, and Morocco. Which among them is your favorite? Putting you on a spot right now.
Yeah, I can answer this question. It's Soul, and I'll answer why, because these songs have been with me for like 2 years now. Like I've literally overheard these songs, but for some reason the song I keep coming back to, and the song which feels fresh, is always Soul. Like I've overheard all these 4 songs, but I feel like listening to Soul again, like it has a certain recall value for me personally.
Right.
So, which is why I released Soul as the first single, because I felt like that had the best impact, not on a short-term level, but in terms of longevity. Like I want to make a song where even you feel like listening to it 5 years later, 10 years later. Right. It shouldn't just be a blip on the radar and then it goes away. So I would say, Soul is my favorite from the album.
Fantastic. And you know what, Derek, once again, wishing you all the best for your launch happening at Fandoms by Gillies this Friday. And, you guys can go ahead and check out Derek and the Cats performing live over there. And they're also launching their brand new album. Derek, once again, it was an absolute pleasure having this chat with you. And I'll make sure that I'll be at Fandom to check you guys out and for your new release as well.
Thank you so much, Rohit. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Derek. All the best.